Tonight, a community grieving after deputies say a man went on a rampage, killing 3 people, including his own mother and cousin. It happened 24 hours ago at 3 separate locations in Palmetto and Bradenton.
Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today, we have some shocking news to discuss. A man with a mental health episode tragically killed 3 family members in a devastating incident that has left the community in mourning. The loss of 3 family members in such a heartbreaking way has sent shockwaves through the neighborhood. Dealing with mental health issues can be incredibly challenging, not just for the individuals affected but for their families and communities as well. When mental health problems are left unaddressed, the consequences can be severe and far-reaching.
A community grieving after deputies say a man went on a rampage, killing 3 people, including his own mother and cousin. It happened 24 hours ago at 3 separate locations in Palmetto and Bradenton. And this is Nightside. I'm Dave Wagner.
And I'm Carolina Lee. Just hours into the rampage, authorities caught him near the Georgia border with intentions of killing an ex-girlfriend.
And tonight, deputies say he died in a shootout with them.
10 Tampa Bay's Miguel Octavio joins us live from the Manatee County Sheriff's Office. Miguel, it wasn't the accused shooter's first run-in with law enforcement.
Yeah, Javante Bryce already had a history of domestic battery in the past, and it appears he posted updates on his Facebook throughout this alleged killing spree. Tonight, some of his own family members must be laid to rest after deputies say he killed them.
Getting a 33 with injuries at Motel 6.
Shots fired at the Motel 6 in Bradenton.
There was a female that was shot in the back and neck.
Deputies say it was here where 28-year-old Javante Bryce shot and killed his own mother. Minutes later, they say he shot his cousin in Palmetto, then again in Bradenton, where he killed a partner of an ex-girlfriend.
Our prayers go out to the families.
Tonight, deputies shared the names of the people killed. Bryce's mother, Tidimaisha Scott, his cousin, Sequoia Starquez Johnquila Bryce, and Jarrell Carter, a partner of an ex. The sheriff believes Bryce was on his way to kill another ex-girlfriend. He appeared to post on Facebook throughout the night. This one tagged his cousin, writing, "I love you, see you in hell." Another wrote, "Pig, I love you, but you had to go."
We don't know why he chose to kill.
The sheriff believes the post could be key to knowing the motive. Last September, a police report states Bryce struck a woman in the face and also strangled her. In 2021, a petition for a risk protection order was filed. A detective believed Bryce posed a threat to himself and others.
It is awful and tragic, and it happens way too frequently.
Mindy Murphy is the president of the Spring of Tampa Bay, which supports domestic violence survivors. She wants them to know help is out there.
But it is not your fault, and there are services available. So please don't wait until it's too late. My heart goes out to this family. They've lost so many loved ones.
Now, the sheriff adds there was also another person with Bryce, a woman inside the car when he was pulled over. We are working to learn more about her role in that alleged kill out over there, but police say she is cooperating in this investigation. Live in Bradenton, Miguel Octavio at 10 Tampa Bay.
In Manatee County that left 3 people dead. The suspect also dead, killed in a shootout near the Georgia state line. You're watching 10 Tampa Bay. I'm Courtney Robinson. Adore Achumba is live at the Manatee County Sheriff's Office. And Adore, this started in East Bradenton.
That's right, and we're learning more intricate details about this shooting spree and the timeline to it. According to Manatee County Sheriff Rick Wells, the shooting started at the Motel 6 on 67th Avenue around 9:15 last night. He says the suspect, 28-year-old Javante Bryce, at first was reportedly acting strangely, according to witnesses. Now, law enforcement said the suspect before the shooting had gone to an apartment in Palmetto where his ex-girlfriend, his sister, and some children were. Sheriff Wells said he told the ex-girlfriend that he had to shoot her, but his sister talked him out of shooting that ex-girlfriend, who is also the mother of some of his 12 children. Wells said Bryce then went to the Motel 6 where his mother was and shot her in front of her boyfriend and other children. He then went to another spot, shooting his cousin less than 30 minutes later. They say say he found the partner of his ex-girlfriend and shot them on 55th Street West near 8th Avenue Drive West. Now, investigators and EMS arrived at the scene within 3 minutes of the incidents. They say witnesses told them Javante Bryce was the shooter in all of those incidents. A bolo alert was out for his vehicle, believing he was on his way to Georgia to target yet another ex-girlfriend. Now, he was spotted by authorities in Hamilton County, Florida, on the Georgia line. They say Bryce got out of the car and started shooting at the officers.
Walked into that hotel room, looked at the mother and said, "I'm sorry." She asked, "What did you do?" And he shoots her 3 times in front of the boyfriend and these 2 innocent young juveniles. We don't know what set this man off. We don't know why he chose to kill his loved ones.
And officials say there was also a woman in the car with him during the shooting incidents and the shootout with the officers in Hamilton County. They are interviewing that woman to determine her connection, or if any, and her relationship to the suspect, and if there's any motive that she can point them to. Now, investigators also are looking through a series of social media posts that are believed to be Bryce's, made on a social media page, where he names some of the family members and the ex-girlfriends that he targeted. We'll be following this story throughout the day. Live in Manatee County, Aduria Chumba, 10 Tampa Bay.
Detectives in Manatee County are trying to figure out what set off a man to kill 3 women last night, including his mother and cousin. They say Javante Bryce also nearly fled the state to kill an ex-girlfriend in Georgia before he died in a shootout with deputies. And that's not all. They believe Bryce initially targeted a different ex-girlfriend in Palmetto until his sister talked him down.
As Fox 13's Kimberly Cuizon reports for us tonight, he then went after his other loved ones.
This is where Bryce started. Deputies say he came to a motel room where his mom was staying. He told her he was sorry before he shot her 3 times.
Once he opened that door, it was just sheer pandemonium, chaos.
At this Motel 6 around 9:17 Tuesday night, Christina Valentine's husband rushed to help 48-year-old Titi Maisha Scott.
People yelling, screaming, "He shot my mom, he shot my mom, somebody call 911.
Deputies say Scott's own son, 28-year-old Javante Bryce, pulled the trigger.
He was out of here before we even came out of our room. Like, it happened like that.
23 minutes later, deputies were called to this home off 26th Street Court East in Palmetto.
I heard a pop.
Deputies say he killed his cousin, 29-year-old Sequoia Bryce, as she was leaving a family cookout.
That's when I see 2 people out there and they're going, "Oh my God, they're on the ground."
24 minutes later, deputies say Bryce drove to an apartment complex in Bradenton off 51st Street Circle West, where he killed an ex-girlfriend's new partner, Sharrell Carter.
He seemed to have an agenda. He knew exactly who he wanted to kill, and he did not have a hard time locating them.
Deputies sent out a bolo after learning Bryce was traveling to Georgia, where another ex-girlfriend lived. Hamilton County deputies tried to pull him over, but Bryce came out shooting. Deputies shot back, killing him.
We don't know what set this man off.
Court records show Bryce had struggled with his mental health. 2 risk protection orders were filed against him in 2021 and 2023. In them, it states he tried to commit suicide at least twice. Deputies are trying to piece together what was going through his mind the night of his rampage.
Just want to try to give you a timeline of the events that took place last night. And before I get started, I really want to show you the killer himself, the one that is responsible for 3 homicides in Manatee County last night. His name is Javante Bryce. He is 28 years of age. He is the one that went on a killing spree last night in Manatee County. So we believe initially that this all started sometime before 9 o'clock, when Mr. Bryce traveled to the Palmetto Trace apartments in Palmetto, in the city of Palmetto. Inside one of those apartments was his sister and a mother of one of the many children that Mr. Bryce has. When he walked into the apartment, he looked at the ex-girlfriend and said, "I have to kill you." Somehow the sister was able to talk him down and talk him out of him shooting this ex-girlfriend. She later told investigators that he was acting very strange, not really sure what was going on with him. At 9:17 p.m., we know that he traveled to the Motel 6 in East Bradenton. Inside one of those rooms was his mother, his mother's boyfriend, and two young juvenile sisters. He walked into that hotel room, looked at the mother and said, "I'm sorry." She asked, "What did you do?" And he shoots her 3 times in front of the boyfriend and these 2 innocent young juveniles. He then travels into Palmetto to the 900 block of 26th Street East. One of his cousins was at a cookout at this residence. She's starting to get into her vehicle to leave. He then shoots her at that location. She later dies about an hour after this shooting at a local hospital. We then have him traveling into the city of Bradenton over the Green Bridge. And at roughly 10:04 p.m., he travels to a location in the city of Bradenton, the 4800 block of 51st Street East. This is a residence where another ex-girlfriend lives and her now new partner. He does not shoot or kill the girlfriend, but he shoots and kills the new partner. So at this point, we now have 3 homicide scenes and also an ag assault scene at Palmetto Trace. Investigators are constantly getting information. We know right away that the suspect is Javante Bryce. The family has been very cooperative. They tell us exactly what's going on. We find out that he possibly has another ex-girlfriend in the state of Georgia and that he is now traveling to that state to kill her.
Like what it do, ayy. I just put a little shawty swerving in that cool, ayy. Cheeky, I don't love nobody's, but